Hello and welcome to day 164 of Dungeon 23, the series where we make a room of a mega dungeon every day for a year. Today's gonna be the Goblin Guard Jailhouse Outpost Police Station place of the Goblin Society we have down here in the dungeon. Now let's just check out what these actual guys do before we actually get into the actual behavior of the guard station itself. Now these guys are going to be all over the place for the most part. They are identical to normal goblins, like most of these goblins are, but with a few exceptions. The first one being pack tactics. They have advantage on attacks against targets. If there's an ally within 5 feet of the target, they have ability called backup, where once per day, as an action, the Goblin Guard can attempt to call for backup, and you just roll a d6. On a 5 or 6, 1d4 more show up. And they do not use scimitars, they use batons, because they're police guys, essentially. And because it's a strength-based weapon, it does less damage, and is a lowered amount to hit, so it's +3 instead of +4, and it's 1d6 -1, as opposed to 1d6 +2. And to make it so it's a bit more challenging for the party, other than the fact that it's a large amount of them, is that if the target is a medium or large creature, it must make a DC 8 con save, which is still pretty low. But if they fail, they fall prone. Because essentially this little short guy runs up to you and hits you in the shin with a metal pipe, and you might fall over from that. Now, the way the police station works is that unless it's like completely blown up, as long as the station's here, it'll always have at least 1d6 +2 goblin guards in it at the end of the week. So that way the party can't just kill all the guards and then after we in the place, they have to actually blow it up. It's a bit more involved of taking over the place. They're a regenerating resource, more accurately. And also, they have a 20% chance of having the jail keys on them whenever they're killed, pickpocketed, beaten up, stripped, and searched, all the crazy stuff the players do. And those could be used for these cages here, which they all have the same DC and all use the same keys, but only one of them is currently locked because it has our captive creature for the floor. We're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. And this guy, I have him over the cage because I want to click on him, but in this DC 16 locked cage is an orc named Mork. Mork is an orc, obviously. The only thing he can say is his name. That's the only thing he can talk about. He can say his name, and that's it. Now, if the situation is really, 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 really funny, then he can say something else. Kind of like how, I think it's Justice League Dark. A running bit is that King Shark only says, King Shark is a shark. But at the very end, he says something like, oh, it's been an honor fighting with you, or something like that. And he's like, you could have said that the entire time. And that's funny. But yeah, other than the fact that he's kind of stupid, if the party gives him food and booze after they free him, he'll just follow the party and help out in combat. He'll just kind of follow him around. Because like, he has nothing better else to do. He's not really smart, he has nowhere to go. He's an orc who just likes killing things, so yeah. Very simple guy, Mork is. He's got his life figured out. He just wants beer and food and to hit things with a stick. Or a club, rather. Not really a quarterstaff. That's a bit too elegant for him. Probably just picks up a boulder and chucks it. I don't know. Anyway, so that is our guard station. Our guards. And our imprisoned monster. I mean, you could consider the Neogi Warlock to be a bit more in line with our typical caged monster because it actually does something. But this guy's fun. He's not really hostile, he doesn't hurt the party, but you know, he is a good guy. Well, he's probably like chaotic evil because he's an orc. But he's not chaotic evil towards the party, and that's what's important. Anyway, if you want to see more wacky goblin shenanigans, then consider liking the video, commenting down below, subscribing to the channel, turning on notifications, all that algorithm crap, so these videos will show up in your recommendations more often, and the channel can grow. Or you can just come back tomorrow because this series is daily, as it has been for the past 164 days, obviously. And yeah, thanks for watching and or listening. I apologize for the poor quality. It's not gonna improve.